Hey y'all, it's Lexi Botani with another weekly moon forecast. Now, the only difference this time, I'm gonna be doing makeup with y'all. So, be giving y'all that moon info and a little bit of a deep face. So, as you see, I'm bare, bare, but not bare minerals. I don't know what the name of it is, but anywho's, so we're gonna start off with October 14th, which is Wednesday, and the illumination is set at 6%. So we're 2 days away from the new moon. Everybody loves the new moon because you get to set your new intentions for the new moon cycle. But we're gonna focus on putting it into old cycles that no longer benefit you. Okay? So as you're thinking about that, I'm gonna go ahead and start with my wipes. Don't mind me, because I'm literally listening to music to get over my anxiety. Who would have thought being on camera gives you a little bit of this feeling? So this is like my first time really just putting myself out there. So for all my people that are like me, who is a little camera shy, but we're gonna roll with it. Now mind you, y'all have to bear with me because I'm a little blind. Duh. If you hadn't seen through my glasses. But I'm a little blind, but I'm gonna take it off, put my glasses on, so if you see me doing stupid, you know. Don't mind me. But yeah, so I definitely said we're 2 days away from the new moon cycle, and which is coming up this Friday. So a little moon tip for you guys. A lot of people are, sometimes be like, oh man, I have to do something exactly on the day of the new moon. It's kind of true, kind of not. So essentially with the new moon, whether it's a super moon, big blue moon, wolf moon, strawberry moon, Sunday moon, whatever moon it is, but mostly like the new moons and the full moons and stuff like that, you can always do them 3 days before and 3 days after, because the energy is so like strong that you're gonna get like some of that energy anyways. So, you can start 3 days before, which you can start today. You could have started yesterday since we're like 2 days away. Or you can start on the day of the new moon. It's just really your own preference. Or if you're like doing any like magical workings or rituals, or you just know you're not going to be able to do it on the new moon, you can do it 3 days before and 3 days after, and you get that intense energy. So the new moon is in Virgo. For all my Virgo people or lovers out there, it's in your sign. And if you ain't already heard, the word on the street is Mercury is in retrograde. Don't freak out. Trust me, please do not freak the fuck out. And basically, the Mercury in retrograde, people tend to just like lose their mind. And the reason why is because communication goes to complete crap. So, but, on October 14th, it'll be a world when apparently my cat Ghost, he feels like saying something. But, yeah, no, anyways, so, what was I saying? Damn. Thank you, Ghost. But, I say all that to say, don't go in panic mode. Just go be in the flow of the energy. Mercury in retrograde, basically the planet, it seems like it's going in reverse against the other planets. And since Mercury is the planet of communication and travel and all that stuff, if you think about it, communication is like everything to us, because we communicate with people, with our jobs, I'm communicating to you. So when that goes to crap, then everything else kind of goes to crap. Since Virgo and Wednesday is ruled by Mercury, any form of communication is important. So when you're handling like business, talking to a friend, talking to a family member, talking to a lover, be mindful of what you say. Don't just, think about what you say. This is an important time. to really just be mindful of that. And Mercury is known for business, communication, insight, protection, and trickery. So Mercury is a trickster, little trickster. So be mindful. There might be a little bit of illusion at play. But during a retrograde, everything is pretty much thrown into chaos. Now, you may be like, oh my gosh, chaotic. You're saying to be calm, but it's all going to like crap. Chaos is not necessarily a bad thing. It potentially is, just mess all thrown around. The universe, think about it like this. The universe is chaotic. But out of the universe, we get the earth, we get the moon, we get Neptune. So we get all this beautiful order out of chaos. So don't necessarily see, my cat wants to be in the video. He wants to be a shining star. Say hey, guys. Say hey. But, yeah, chaos is not necessarily something bad. It's just things are just jumbled up. And then within that jumbled upness, you kind of need to find some order or some balance. But chaos is not necessarily bad. But chaotic energy is really energy. There's this thing where there's chaos magic. So it can be really useful. Just, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and just, take each day as is. Don't try to just freak out, because when you freak out, you're going to attract the energy that you're like resonating at. And this retrograde is going to last till November 3rd, 2020. So we're going to be in it for a little minute. Some retrogrades last like a long time. So this is it's like roughly like 2 or 3 weeks. So it's not like horrible. It's bearable. It's something just to keep in mind. Also, since it's retrograde, today is the perfect time to do cord cutting of any type. It doesn't necessarily have to be for an ex, even though if you got an ex you're still dealing with, that's toxic. Cut them off. But, cutting off friendships, business relationships, love, sex ties, those would all classify as a cord cutting. So you can do a cord cutting ritual today. And you can also do protection rituals. It'd be a good time to do protection today, since it is Wednesday, or just up until November 3rd. So it'd be a really good time to do that. Now, one of my notes, I said, use this time to transform into who and what you want to do. With the moon being in Virgo, it will give you the space to analyze what you need to plan for and organizing your life. So I say that to say, Virgos are very meticulous and methodical people. They love organization. They love order. They love, all right, this is going to happen at this time. They like lists. So, if you're not in that sign, or you kind of hate Virgos, kind of like not be like, oh, if I freaking hate Virgos or know nothing about Virgos, I don't know how to work in this energy. Just think, analyze what needs to be done today, and during this particular moon cycle. So, just take that time to really just sit down and think about what the hell you need to accomplish and what you need to do, like cut off your ex. But yeah, so don't mind me, I'm a little, but don't mind me. What I like to do with my moon forecast for each day, I like to give an affirmation that kind of is in the mood of the moon. And since it's in Virgo, this affirmation would definitely help. So affirm, I wisely choose what I put into my body, mind, and heart. So keep that on the thought. So for October 15th, which is Thursday, the illumination is at 2%. And we are 1 day away from the new moon, which is Friday. So you know what that means. We almost done with the moon cycle. And the focus today would be preparation. Since we're towards the end of the balsamic energy, you want to be in preparation mode. You know, just preparing, gathering all the tools, the ideas, the concepts that you need before you enter into the new moon. So you don't want to be super, super like all over the place. You kind of just want to be like, all right, this is what I need to do with my life. But the moon is in transit from Virgo into Libra. So basically, when I say transit, it's basically going to Libra. So you can count today as Libra, but it's in a transitory period. It's shifting from one sign to another. So it's still kind of got a little bit of Virgo, but we move into Libra. And that means we're going to the planet of love, beauty, and attraction. Because Libra is ruled by Venus. Now, yes. Today is, or not today, but October 15th will be on the day of Thursday, which is ruled by the planet of Jupiter. Now, that's not really important, but since we are currently in a Mercury retrograde, but yeah, since Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus is a planet that deals with self-love, self-confidence, self-esteem, and self-improvement, today would be a fantastic time. If you have been, you know, dealing with those issues of just like not seeing yourself in the most positive light, really capitalize on tapping into that energy today, especially since we're in Libra season. The moon has shifted into Libra, so tap in. But the reason behind this is due to the fact that you want to have a solid foundation within yourself. If you hate yourself and you see yourself in a negative light, how are you expecting to manifest anything? How are you expecting to like getting anything done? We're not even just talking about on a spiritual level. We're talking about like everyday things, like getting up and going to work and getting up and just conquering the day the best way you can, or not even the best way, at your 100% self. If you don't see yourself in the most beautiful way that you are. So you want to kind of work on that, you know, especially if you're like a newbie into like the spiritual occult world, esoteric world. You kind of want to have a confidence within you, because, you know, with magical workings, anything you do, it boils down to really intent, but it's really also your confidence, your willpower that comes from your solar plexus. So if your solar plexus is just horrible, you know, like low as fuck, you don't have any willpower, you don't have any just belief in yourself, then the belief in your own work, because that's tied to your energy, will pretty much fail. So yeah, it's important to get into that, because you won't get anything done. And you'll be in this repetitive cycle. And I hate to say it, but what? You'll probably more than likely hex yourself. And nobody wants to be hexed, but the main person that can hex you is you. You are pretty much your own worst enemy. And you kind of got to get out of that negative cycle. You got to get out of that rut. Now, life is like a figure 8 circle. So if you're going to have your ups and downs. Think of in the figure 8 circle is the 8. So if you imagine 8, you're going in an 8 shape, up, down, up, down, up, down. But sometimes we get stuck in that circle part of the figure 8. Happens, but you have to kind of like just get back into the flow of it. Get back into the flow.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
But yeah, that's essentially the energy of today. Venus, like I said, Venus is the planet of beauty, and that doesn't necessarily mean the outside. of yourself. It's what's in the inside that is just as important as the outside. And really, when you work on your inside, the outside just shines even brighter. But yeah, use this time to do self-love rituals and uncross any negative energy that you have called upon yourself. Like looking in the mirror and being like, you see, I can't even say it. I can't even say the word that I'm beautiful. If you want to get to that point where every time you look at yourself or see yourself, whether it be a picture or a mirror, you're able to be like, I'm beautiful and I'm amazing and I'm all these wonderful things. You know, you don't want to get to the point where you're saying negative stuff to yourself all the time. Because at that point, you're manifesting that into your reality. And you want to kind of get away from that, girlfriend. What Ghost said. But I'm gonna give you guys a ritual tip for today. After I figure out what the hell I'm gonna do next on my face. Eyebrows. Yes, I'm gonna give you a ritual tip. So you can get some Venus oil or a Venus candle, anything like related to Venus. And then a love oil. It doesn't necessarily have to be a love oil. You can get a love candle. You could get a crystal that represents love. One of the crystals that represent love is a rose quartz, so you can start off with that. And then get an uncrossing oil, uncrossing candle. And then you're gonna pretty much take, if it's an oil, you're gonna take that and you're gonna rub yourself down. As you're using the Venus oil or the love oil, you're gonna speak loving energy into yourself. You're gonna say, all right, I am beautiful, I am confident, I am strong, I have the power to accomplish it today. So anything that's in a positive energy, because Venus is also deals with attraction. So you wanna attract, so if you wanna attract positive things to you, you're gonna speak what you wanna attract. Then with the uncrossing product, uncrossing is essentially removing, undoing workings that's been placed on you, whether it's by you or by somebody else. So in this case, you're gonna say, I remove the negative energy that I put on myself or other people that put on me. And then you can, so with the next step, you can do this before you go to bed. That's what I did. And then you can play like a love meditation that's basically self-love, and then you go to sleep, wake up the next day, boom. And another thing, you can't just do these things, and this is with any type of ritual. You have to know that it's gonna work. You can't be like, all right, I'm gonna just say I love myself, or I want $1 million, and don't believe you're gonna get $1 million. Because guess what? You're not gonna get $1 million. The universe or God or whatever you want to believe in is only going to give you what you feel like you deserve. So if you feel like you don't deserve $1 million, you don't feel like it's going to happen, or you feel like you don't deserve love, then you're not going to get love, sadly. So you have to be in the mindset, you have to align yourself with the energy that you essentially want. But that is a tip for you guys. You can do that, or you can do your own type of thing based off what I told you. So yeah, and we're gonna move on to October 16th, and you know what that means, y'all. New moon. I don't know why I did that. So anyways, so the illumination is set at 0. So we're resetting the moon cycle. So basically the illumination is the light on the sun. So not the sun, the moon. There is no light on the moon. So we're at 0% right now. We're at reset. That's why during the new moon, they call it a fresh start, a new beginning, stage 1, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's just, we starting over. So basically our focus for today is going to be towards a clean slate. The moon is precisely in Libra. So today, the new moon is in Libra, the heavenly Venus. And Like I said earlier for yesterday, Venus is the planet of attraction, beauty, creativity, fertility, love, passion, and self-confidence. Since we are in the stage of new beginnings, the new moon is a prime time to plant new seeds that you want to see manifest during this full moon. So, I mean, I hope that's self-explanatory because, for example, if your new moon intention is to get a new job, so that's your new thing. So you're gonna manifest or write down on your new moon journal or your affirmation board that I want a new job. So that's your clean slate. That's what you're gonna start off with. So yeah. Also, another thing, if you haven't already known, the end of this month, 31st, on Halloween, we're gonna have a second full moon. We already had a full moon at the beginning of this month. So the end of this month, we're gonna have a full moon. And it's gonna be a blue moon. That's gonna be a very powerful full moon. So be mindful of what, intentions that you set. This is the perfect time to get those, like, this is the number thing I've been wanting, those heavy hitter goals. You kind of want to go ahead and set your intention for it, so you can get that brand new car, get that man, get that, get the money. But yeah, so today, since we're in the new moon, you're gonna work on your manifestation goals, what you want to essentially accomplish. I feel like I'm gonna fuck up my eyebrows. I just feel like I'm gonna fuck them up. I just feel like it. But yeah, you're gonna work on your manifestation goals. So another thing, which you guys may or may not know, depending on if you're into astrology. Venus went into Virgo on October 2nd of this year. So, like I said, Venus is a planet of attraction. So, put that in perspective. The full moon is on the 31st. The new moon is for new intentions. Okay, guys? You might want to tap into this energy. This energy is prime and ready to go, like a hot and ready little Caesar's pizza. So, yeah, I might need one to go on, get it together, get time together, cause and this stuff happens all the time. You just kind of gotta be aware of what's going on at the particular time. Sorry, my forehead big, my bad. And the affirmation that we have today, I open myself up to the divine order that is expressing itself in my life now. I had to do my eyebrows off camera because between my camera and my mirror, it was just not working out. So, yeah, unfortunately, guys, I had to do what's best for me. And what's best for me is this broken spoolie brush to, totally comb the rest of my eyebrows. And my eyebrows, I kind of like them to be natural looking as possible. So yeah. But where were we, guys? We're on to October 17th, and that's Saturday. The illumination is at 2%. So, like I said, you can tap into that new moon energy 3 days before and 3 days after. But we have shifted over to the waxing crescent phase of the moon cycle. So the focus for today would be laying the groundwork for the intentions that we just freaking set, guys. So what does that mean? Well, let's first tell you this. We are in transit from Libra to Scorpio. So like I said before, when you're in a transit phase, you're still resonating on the energy the day before, which was Libra, but you're shifting over to another energy, which in this case is Scorpio. So you can still tap into that attraction energy, that beauty energy, that love energy, but we're going to be shifting over to the dark side. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Pluto is a planet of transformation, rebirth, and regeneration, and purging, quite honestly, because Pluto is a planet of death. So use this time to set the proper foundation for your new moon intentions that you, like I said, that you just recently set. Don't mind me. I'm really trying to get this down. And please bear with me, because to be honest, I have not done my makeup in forever. So if you see me doing something like, why is she doing that? That is so wrong. Bear with me. Because I'm really trying to remember how I do makeup. Because but it'll come out banging though. But Scorpio, who is ruled by the planet of Pluto, will force you to look inside of yourself. Yeah, it's gonna do that. So if you feel like you're like really thinking about all your past mistakes and thinking about like what's wrong with me, it's because of Scorpio. Because them motherfuckers, they think they may not look like they be thinking, but they be thinking. They be thinking about everything under the blue shiny moon. And they're beautiful people. A lot of people find them to be very just dark, which they are. They have a tendency to be dark. But you know, it's for good reason, because they deal with the subconscious. So our subconscious is really what's underneath, beyond the conscious, what's in front of you, or what's, you know, around you on the everyday hustle and bustle of life. But I know I messed up this, but it's okay. But so whatever that's pretty much gonna be on your mind today. Okay, look, I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. This is not a tutorial. I'm just doing my makeup. Okay, bye. Don't let what, you know, that's really heavy on your mind, what you're thinking about, kind of get to you today. I mean, because you need to think about it, but you don't need to like let it just overcome you. Kind of see why this on your mind, you know. If it's beneficial for your goal that you set, you know. If it's something that, cat here. If it's something that needs to be addressed or fixed in order for you to reach your goal, then yeah, analyze that. Think about that. Tap into that. Don't ignore it. I think we have a tendency to tend to ignore things that we really need to just take a step back and be like, you know what? I really need, it is me. It is me. It's me. It ain't them. It's me. So, you know, take that into consideration today. And also, with Pluto, you're going to experience some form, no, not with Pluto, but just in today in general, you're going to experience some type of spiritual growth or enlightenment, or I need to like look at this camera. That don't go on me. That go on you're going to have some type of spiritual growth today. You're going to be like, you know what? That motherfucker was right. It is me. I need to really get on my shit. Start some routine. Cut some motherfuckers off. Get back into my spiritual work. Do the studying. Do the research. Do the do. Do something. That's what they tell me on ass. Do something. Someone just said shit. And another thing, don't skip past it. Because I know some of you ain't around me. Then why you crying? Why you iffy? You need to tap into that energy. Because, you know, Pluto is a planet of transformation. regeneration. So whatever the issue is, this is the time under Scorpio to get it done, to transform, to get to the next point. You better get with the program, but the program gonna leave your ass. But yeah, it's all to help you get to the next point. Don't look at it as a negative sense. I think a lot of people, including myself, we sometimes just take things and we think the worst of it. We just can't help it, especially in 2020. It ain't been nothing but ghetto from the start. From the start, ghetto. So avoid those negative thoughts. Well, I would say avoid them. Just don't feed into them. But if you can't avoid them, avoid them. Don't feed into the bullshit. I mean, yeah, don't feed into it. On to the next day. October 18th, which is Sunday. The illumination is at 6% with the Fenty Beauty. I don't know if it's gonna work because it is fall, so I got a little lighter. Hopefully this match. If not, I'll just mix it. But today the illumination is at 6%. Essentially that means you'll see a slither of the moonlight. A slither. Today will be the last day to tap into that new moon energy. So if there's anything that you kind of need to tweak in your new moon plan, or need to do, or just anything, get on the train because you a little behind. Shoot, everybody else did their homework and your ass still over there bullshit. So yeah, today will be the last day. It's still a little potent. So look, caffeine. Okay, caffeine. But it's a little bright. But you know what, Fenty, that kind of it's a different color. But then when it dries, it's supposed to do what it's supposed to do. But you know what? I'll probably just mix it if I need to. I ain't tripping because I'm still beautiful with the makeup and without the makeup. But it is a little light. But I did get a summer tan. So I don't think I've completely brightened up, but I brightened up a little bit. So yeah, the phase, like I said, is we're in the waxing crescent phase, and under the waxing crescent energy, because I didn't explain that yesterday, this is a time for new starts, fresh energy, and a time to focus on those details, baby, and declarations. If you don't know what declaration means, it's just basically it is you saying it is what it is. I said what I said, okay, and with that I said it. So the focus today would be transformation and getting under my eye. Yeah, a disclaimer. Do not follow any of my techniques. This is not a tutorial. This is absolutely not how I do my makeup. But like I said, this is... Oh my God, I look like a...
Fool.
Like I said, the focus for today would be transformation. And the moon is precisely in Scorpio. Scorpio teaches us to do beyond what meets the eye. So, in layman terms, they are not surface level people. They're very deep. So, in translations, you're going to be a little deep today. And whatever is crawling under that little surface of yours, it's going to be catastrophic. No, it's not. Don't listen to me. But, yeah. But questions that are going to be asked today, basically. What in your life needs a makeover? And I don't mean a Fenty Beauty makeover. I mean, like, what truly needs to be addressed? What have you neglected and now it's kind of just like a mess? You know, Scorpio is going to really bring that to the surface. Or you're going to go down there, you're going to realize, you know, maybe it's some things I need to address. Like, what are the dark circles underneath your eyes? What's under there? And we're not talking about covering it up and then you take your makeup off and it's still there. Like, why do you have dark circles? Are you not getting sleep? Are you not drinking water? Like, did you get a black eye? Like, what is it? You know, we need to figure that out. Okay? I forgot I can't see. So basically today would be a prime time to, you know, really understand what Plutonian energy is. And Plutonian energy also is like create or destroy type situation. So, okay, you figure out what's neglected. Destroy what creates that neglection is not a word, but you know what I'm talking about. And create a regimen, a plan, or something, create something to replace that energy that's been residing there. Yeah, you know, so sometimes a lot of people, they're like, okay, I want to create everything, but you create stuff on type of things that don't need, you gotta destroy, you gotta get rid of. Like this whole period of time, you really just, which you already should have did before the new moon, but now you don't need to be focused on what you need to let go, because you already should have let that go. At this point, you gotta destroy it, because it's either gonna get it or you ain't gonna, you gonna miss the gravy train. Fucking around, okay? But yes, it's the prime time, like Janelle Monáe. It's the prime time, and heaven is betting on you. Yeah, totally. And so, like I said, destruction is not bad. Think of it like this: a forest fire. It destroys everything. Like it's gonna ravage. Like you ain't gonna have nothing left after this forest fire. But just because you don't have nothing left doesn't mean something else is going to take its spot, and you're going to be in a situation where that new energy that emerges from that fire is better for you. So like I said, don't take it to heart if the things that you really clutch to for a while it's time for you to let it go and release it to the universe, because what belongs to you will come back if you let it go. So see yourself as that little plant, or see your plans and goals, or whatever the hell it is. See it as that little plant, you know? See it as that plant that needs to, you know, get baked. That doesn't make any sense, but, you know, that just needs to grow instead of just holding on to shit that doesn't really benefit you, like, at all. But yeah, so the affirmation for today, because today wasn't really, it's important, you know, the moon in Scorpio is important, but you need to go on, stop bullshitting. That's how they do. And the affirmation for today, because I almost forgot, is I acknowledge the power that is within me, knowing that the source is divine. So October 19th, which I believe is Monday. Yeah, it's Monday. So the illumination is at 11%. So you're going to see a little bit of the moonlight. And we are in the waxing crescent phase. This is the time for action, for your newly set intentions. It's for your newly set intentions. So you need to take action. If you've been bullshitting, today is the time to just take the day by the coolness. And the moon is in transit. So we're in a transitory phase. And if you ain't been listening, transitory phase basically means we're shifting, okay? We're shifting like an earthquake. But we're shifting from Scorpio to Sagittarius. Yeah, we're shifting from Sagittarius. I don't know why I thought about what I was saying. So since we're shifting from Sagittarius, we're shifting from being in the mind and thinking a lot to getting to the core of it all. Getting the shit done. Instead of bullshitting, we getting shit done. You know, so we didn't elevated, okay? We didn't moved on up to the east side. And so yeah. So Sagittarius will push you to do what needs to be done. And what needs to be done is, you know what needs to be done here. But the ruling planet of Sagittarius is Jupiter. And Jupiter lives in the realm of expansion, ambition, success, and fortunes. And health. Health is important, especially with this whole coronavirus. So take the time out today to really tap into the energy of succeeding in your goals beyond what you think. Like, because Jupiter, like I said, is the planet of expansion. So you want to kind of like growth, or you need to show growth in something. Jupiter ain't got time to play because it's time to get this moolah. It's time to get this money. Okay, and you over here lily-galligan around like we not out here trying to get it done. Like we not out here. It's hard out here for a pimp trying to make a money for this rent. So yeah, you really need to really like get your shit done. That's basically what Jupiter is saying today. Get your shit done. But you'll tend
What?
It's a planet of luck. So today will be a little bit in your favor. Depending on your sign and, you know, all that other stuff. But you'll have some luck. You'll run into luck today. So don't freak out and be like, oh no, I didn't get my morning coffee. Where's the luck in that? You could be dead, so there's your luck. You could be dead. Unless you're depressed and you want to be dead. So then I don't think that's really a good point to bring. But you know what I mean. Another thing, since Jupiter is a planet of fortune, you may be feeling a little lucky and might want to bet on the lottery, overspend, go woo-hoo-hoo. Calm down, okay? Okay? Like, don't overspend out of your means. Like, just, you know, you got the money, but you save a little bit. Save a little bit. I don't think I did my foundation right, but whatever. I feel like I look like a moon pie. I don't know why I did. So yeah. Oh yeah, Monday. Since today is Monday is ruled by the planet of the moon. Moon represents our emotions. So be mindful of your emotions. You may kind of be a little bit, you know, sensitive. And don't really feel no type of way about feeling sensitive or nothing like that. I mean, everybody kind of goes through their moments of just being like, a little crybaby. But it's okay. Like, don't even trip about it. It is what it is, you know? So, I don't know what to do with my eyeshadow, guys. I don't know what to do. Because at this point, oh well. I have eyeshadow that I have not used, but I always tend to go back to Miss Jackie Ina's collection. I don't even remember what this eyeshadow palette was called, but I love it. I think I love it just for the simple fact that the reflection is like so colorful. But I love this palette. Like the names of it, she got Supreme, Trust is Wiggly's. Oh my God, she did. You did your thing with on that Miss Jackie. I ain't know. Miss Jackie Wiggly. If I had a wig, I'd throw it on, but I ain't got no wig. So. But I love Wiggly's. I love Zim. I love Dollars and Sponsored, baby. Sponsored. Put that shit on. I'm sponsored. What you mean? But yeah, back to the issues at hand. So yeah, like just be mindful of your spending, be mindful of your money, your finances. Don't like be like, oh, I'm in luck today, I'm gonna bet $1 million, and then you're like broke as fuck. So don't say nobody told you. But avoid hasty decisions, essentially. Summary, avoid hasty decisions. You know, just think about what you're gonna do. Okay? Capiche. And we're gonna shift over to, what are we gonna shift over to? October 20th, Tuesday. Today, the moon illumination is at 19%. And we're still in the waxing crescent phase. And your focus today would be on growth. Now, I've been talking about growth a little bit, okay? You can't fault me for that. But your main focus would be towards growth. So you, at this point during the moon cycle, the plans that you've set, the intentions that you set, you kind of need to see something from that. Okay, you can't just be out here like not done nothing, unless you just ain't done nothing and you're just kind of like whatever. But let's just say, for instance, you have not did the new moon ritual, right? And you had, this is your like first time getting into like the new moon, like getting into the moon energy, right? Well, think about what in your life that you kind of want to grow. You want to see some improvements. You want to see something happen, okay? Like, a lot of people think, oh, well, fuck, why did I pick that color? But that is a pretty color. A lot of people think, you know, why, like, I have to start on the day of, like, you can start at any fucking time. Like, it really doesn't matter. Like, when you're in alignment with yourself, with your higher self, with your energy, you don't really gotta worry about, like, am I really in the mind? You know, you can't hold yourself back. Because a lot of times, and I'm guilty of it, is just kind of being like, oh, well, I didn't start it, so I'm just gonna start it tomorrow. No, start today, okay? Start today. I can't see, so I gotta put my glasses back on. Start today, because if you don't start, you're never gonna start, and then you're gonna be like, oh, look at all the time I wasted. So, kind of just get over that fear of growth. You know, that's another thing. A lot of people are afraid of growth. They're afraid to see themselves in a different light than what they're used to. So, you know, that's just something to keep in mind, guys, today. You're like, growth? What? I didn't. And another thing, a lot of people, you know, sometimes we're so caught up in seeing the bigger things that we don't congratulate ourselves on the little things. like the little small accomplishments, you know, those are important, just as important too. Okay, I know y'all been seeing this mirror. My bad. I'll probably put something over it, like SpongeBob or something. But you know, you have to congratulate yourself on those accomplishments. Like, you have to, because if you don't, then who else gonna do it? Because, you know, you might be in a situation where you're alone. You might be in a situation where you feel like people don't see it from your perspective, and sometimes they don't. You're the only person that see what you see, you know. And so you have to be that number one person for you, you know. So you're gonna try to work on being a little bit more self-reliant, guys. And I know y'all don't want to hear that, because y'all like self-reliance, but I need somebody. You don't really need nobody but yourself. Everything you need is within you. Remember that. But the moon is precisely in Sagittarius. And the questions that Sagittarius will kind of make you think about is, what is it that you want out of life? Does it require a lot of work, sacrifice, money? And if that's the case, then you need to take the proper responsibility. A lot of people don't want to take responsibility or even accountability. Oh, they bullshit.